What's up, YouTube? Shawn DaGamer here, and it is the day after my birthday, September 4th. So, yes, I am still alive. People did try to take my life with forms of alcohol yesterday, but it did not work. Oh, that's what happened. I mixed brown with white like a dumbass. Like a. Okay, anyways, we're going to talk about Dragon Ball Super. A review of episode 57, which I just watched for like the third time. And we're going to talk about episode 58, 59, 56. A little predictions from the future. Now, so far, my prediction, like that big prediction that was like 15, 20 minutes long, I put on the channel. Go check that out if you haven't already. It's kind of coming to fruition. Not exactly how I said, but the way I said it, it was left open for interpretation on how we're going to get there. And so far, so good. Like, I even in my episode 57 predictions yesterday, just for the episode itself, I said, "Oh, this episode is gonna be nothing but action." And Trunks and Goku getting their ass handed to them and barely finding a way to escape or win or whatever. Obviously, if you saw the episode, they did not win. So let's just jump ahead into the episode itself. So we start off with Goku being face to face with Black and Zamasu, and Trunks and Vegeta are like, "Holy shit, it's Zamasu." That's what he looks like. That's a little bitch. That's kind of what they want to say, but from what they've been hearing and what they know he's not a little bitch, but he kind of looks like a little bitch. So that's what they're kind of thinking. But we all know Vegeta. That's what Vegeta's thinking. Trunks is probably like, "Oh, so they're not the same person," which is what he said. But anyways, so Zamasu and Black are talking to Goku and stuff. Pretty much, Zamasu was like, "I've been waiting for this moment for a while. Thank you for, because of you, you granted me this power." I don't know if he said that at this point, but in the episode, he does say, "I thank you for granting me this power." And once we get around to the end of the episode, it becomes more clear what he means. So basically, like, a breakdown of this video is Trunks, and it seemed like Trunks is Super Saiyan 2. Of course, Goku is Super Saiyan Blue. It starts off the episode with Goku fighting both Zamasu and Black, and they are just working Goku. Like, they are just working Goku, and it's amazing to see. Like, one of the best things I like about this arc and why it's becoming one of my favorite arcs in all of Dragon Ball Z, GT, and whatever, is because the sense of peril and danger that the heroes are in. Because you probably hear a lot of popular YouTubers and stuff or Dragon Ball tubers say this, but the thing about Dragon Ball is as good as the show is, you always know that Goku and the gang are going to come out on top somehow, which is always going to be the outcome, but it's how you get there is what I'm saying. That's why I've been comparing this arc itself to like The Walking Dead and The Flash, because not one person can take out the Reverse Flash or the Governor or Terminus and things like that. Well, Carol. Anyways, what I'm trying to say is it was always in shows like that, it's a group team effort, and the Z Warriors are at this point trash. At the end, like even during the last time the Z Warriors were relevant, if you want to go off, was quote unquote, no, we're not going to use that word. If you want to go off from the beginning of Z to the end of Z, at least, Goku, all the Z Warriors had a quote unquote moment to shine, kinda. And like as the series went on, Goku, with the advent of Super Saiyan, I should say, the peril, the level of peril was, I think the level of peril was at its highest in the Dragon Ball series with Cell, because nobody really knew what was going on. Because you had the androids, you had two different sets of androids, you had this kid coming from the future, then you had this monster coming from the future as well, and androids and all. Like I said, it was just, that was the last sense of real danger that I felt. And now it's just Goku and Trunks getting their ass whooped. Like, even Trunks had a little moment where we thought he was doing good against Amatsu. Because we got to remember, even though Trunks is not Super Saiyan Blue, he's like 2 steps under that. Like, he's on par as a Super Saiyan 2 at least to Super Saiyan 3. He's probably not as strong as Super Saiyan 3, but he can at least, we saw with Goku, somewhat hold his own against a Super Saiyan 3. So we have to say, as a Super Saiyan 2, he's at least at this point the third strongest character out of our regular Z Warriors. So it'll be Goku Vegeta Trunks. And even then, in this arc, they're getting their ass whooped. Like, Zamasu, right before Rose Goku blasted that Kamehameha at him, it's like they're in sync. The way they fight, Goku, Black, and Rose, Vegeta and Goku can't do that. This is the perfect time. Like, people are saying fusion, but this is the perfect time. Even I've said fusion, I'm saying people. We've been saying fusion, but this whole time, from Battle of Gods, from Resurrection F to the tournament to now, the whole thing they've been saying is Goku and Vegeta need to stop fighting one-on-one and start fighting together like Zamasu and Goku Black are doing. And you see how bad they're whooping up on it. And Goku Black continues to learn. Goku used, as we saw in the preview for this episode, Goku Blue uses his transmission, and then Goku Rose, it's like, no bitch, I can do it too. Like, and does it right behind him. Like, they're in peril. And like I was saying, when Zamasu was like, you need to be punished for your sins for trying to fight a god, and Goku Black just comes out of nowhere and shoots that beautiful looking evil purple and pink Kamehameha wave, and they're trying to run. Goku was like, oh, run. And then Zamasu just comes out of nowhere and yanks them both up, chokes them both up from behind. It's like, no, y'all are gonna eat this. This is your punishment for fucking with gods. And then they just have to eat that Kamehameha wave from Goku Black. And then next thing you know, is they go in the sky and they're charging like a death spear full with God Ki. And the only thing that stopped them is half dead Vegeta in Super Saiyan Blue form shooting off his Final Flash. And we know that Trunks has Final Flash now too. So with everything being said, Trunks has a really good arsenal, because you have to know Gohan taught him Mazenko, or Mazenka, however you pronounce it, Kamehameha Wave, and Final Flash. Those are 3 moves in Trunks' arsenal. So he has like the 3 best finishers of our top 5 Z Warriors in his arsenal. So I think that's really cool of Trunks to have Final Flash now. And the way when he did it against Zamasu, it was like so cool. But it didn't matter because Zamasu has his body. So at the end of the episode, I should have mentioned Mai has been watching the fight the whole time, keeping an eye on things. So when it gets to the point where Goku, when all 3 of them are laid out, they go in and make the save and go in with distractions with the rest of the resistance. Mai saves. Yajirobe goes in to save Goku and Trunks. Mai and her team goes in to save Vegeta. They escape back to the past. Mai does not go with them because she's still protecting her world in the future, like a dumbass. And then, what was I about to say? They go back to the past, and then they just crash land. And Kid Trunks and Bulma are just in shock for what they see. They see the 3 strongest fighters of their timeline coming back defeated, and they're just shocked. And then we get these weird cuts to Zamasu in our timeline, present Zamasu in universe 10, talking to Goatsu as they're watching the Xenoverse, I keep saying Xenoverse, the Universal Tournament, specifically Goku versus Hit. And you can just see the disgust and the disdain and the anger that Zamasu has towards humans that can even consider itself on the level of gods, and he just does not like it at all. So we cut to previews for the next episode, I believe. And then they start talking about the Super Dragon Balls as well. So Goatsu, like a dumbass, is just giving Zamasu all this information that he does not need. So Then we cut to the next episode previews where it's pretty much Beerus and Whis show back up. I guess, they're going to talk about what's going on with Goku Black to Goku, Vegeta, and Trunks. Whis kind of has an idea from what they're being told about Goku Black. And then we cut to Zamasu at the place of the all-knowing being. I think his name is Zuno. I want to say Zuno because Zeno is the Omni King, and then Zuno is the all-knowing king. So, anyways, he goes there and pretty much fucking kicks the door down and just like, hey, yo, tell me about them Super Dragon Balls, and while you at it, tell me about Goku. So this is like in my mega theory, I was like, he's going to spend time learning about Goku and everything he needs to know to beat Goku. So this is how he gets that information. So I think there were more like leaks and spoilers for this episode, specifically episode 58 coming up. But I can't remember them, so you guys are lucky. But as soon as I can remember them, we will definitely be talking about episode 58 and 59 in more detail. But I'm just really excited for this arc. It's really good. The last 2 episodes have been on point. So if you watch them back to back, you will like, that's a good hour of pure entertainment. Grab some popcorn or whatever, and it's gonna be awesome for you to do. So if you haven't already, please subscribe, share this video out with your friends. And did I cover everything that I wanted to cover? Yeah, because the next episode is just pretty much them like literally everybody getting information, debriefing, and all that stuff. So episode 59, I believe, if there's one thing that I remember about the leaks, is that Black and Zamasu are going to the past. I don't think they're going either one or the other groups is going to the other's timeline. That's all I remember. I can't remember if they're going to the Back to the Future or if they're going to the past. So it doesn't matter at this point. We'll talk about it sometime this week. I can't make any promises. Like I said, today is the 4th, so I gotta start doing some wrestling talks and some other stuff. I got some other stuff backed up that I gotta get out for you guys. So I need to be rendering a lot of stuff. So hopefully this will be one of the first videos you see. Either you'll see it on the 4th or early on the 5th. Anyways, I ask you guys to subscribe and share this video already. So now I will tell you about the links in the description below if you want to follow me on any platform other than YouTube, including but not limited to Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. So with all of that being said, I am Shawn DaGamer, and I am out of here.